I started learning the violin when I was 4 years old. My mother being a violinist and my father being a cellist, and both my grandparents on my father's side also being musicians, it seemed a little inevitable that I would also start learning an instrument. I come from a slightly different style of teaching as well, from somebody who went to school 10 years older than me. So I bring with me a different idea of how some things should be done. Being in a leadership role quite young is obviously full of its challenges. But I think with our concertmaster Andrew, we actually contrast each other quite well, because he's a little more serious than I am. But I'm always the one going like, come on, let's go do something. Playing in an orchestra requires a vast amount of awareness. I think a good analogy that I've heard is it's a little bit like driving a car. When you learn to drive a car, you only worry about yourself. You're worried about, being in the right gear, remembering to check your mirrors, I don't know, every 10 seconds or something. And so everything's very internal. Whereas once you've been driving for a little while, you're kind of a lot more conscious of what's on the road. And I think it's kind of the same in orchestra. We do play a very wide range of things, from pops to movies to seriously heavy classical like Mahler, to something a bit lighter like Haydn and Mozart. And it's mainly a shift in mindset, I think, to prepare for these things. If I could choose a composer to play every day, it would probably still have to be Bach. It's the most versatile music in many ways. Just the sonatas and partitas alone for solo violin, they cover so many different emotions that you could pick and choose what suited you that particular day. Growing up in Malaysia was fantastic, because my parents both played in the Malaysian Philharmonic Orchestra, which was a great environment to grow up in. And then when I was 17, I went to university in Singapore, which was nice and close, just a little hop across the ditch, really. And then I had about a year-long contract with the Malaysian Phil after I graduated, and happened to see an ad for Auckland. So I applied, thinking if I got to the trial phase, I could come for a holiday, because I'd never been to New Zealand before. But yeah, it came for 3 weeks. They said, do you want to come back? I said, yes. So now it's been 5 years almost. Time goes by pretty quick.